Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be solving the equation 6 factorial times 7 factorial is equal to x factorial. So to solve this, well, what even is a factorial? So for those of you who don't know, a factorial, let's just say as an example, 5 factorial, this is going to be equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So it's the number, factorial, times itself minus 1 forever until it reaches to 1. So let's try 9 factorial. This is equal to 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So we're going to keep on multiplying the previous number n minus 1 until we reach the number 1. So now that we know that, well, 6 factorial over here, this is equal to 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Well, if you know this, this is really similar to 5 factorial, except that it has a times 6, meaning 6 factorial is also equal to 5 factorial times 6. And 7 factorial, which is equal to 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, this is equal to 6 factorial times 7. So this means that x factorial here is equal to 6 factorial times 7 times 6 times 5 factorial, which again 6 factorial times 7 is 7 factorial and 5 factorial times 6 is 6 factorial. Well, from here we can actually expand this a little bit. So 6 factorial times 7, again, 7 factorial. We have 7 factorial, and to make 7 factorial equal to 8 factorial, we have to multiply it by 8, right? Well, we can get that 8 from 6 times 5 factorial, which is 6 factorial. So again, 6 factorial is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. We can just get over the times 1. It doesn't really make a difference. And 4 times 2 here is 8. So I have 7 factorial times 8 times 6 times 5 times 3. And 7 factorial times 8 is 8 factorial. So now I have x factorial is equal to 8 factorial times 6 times 5 times 3. Now, what do we need to make 8 factorial 9 factorial? We need to multiply it by 9. And can we make 9 from these numbers? We can, because 6 is the same thing as 3 times 2. So now I have 3 times 3 here, which is 9. So now I get 9 factorial times 2 times 5. And now what do I need to make 9 factorial 10 factorial? I need to multiply by 10, which is 2 times 5, meaning x factorial is 10 factorial and x is equal to 10.